Hi everybody, in today's video I want to talk to you about how not to freak out and panic when one of your developers is leaving the company or they want to quit or stuff like that. Now many startups, they get really freaked out when that happens, when a developer even tells them, and let's say that it's a main developer, let's say maybe you don't have many developers, maybe it's the lead developer, maybe it's just an important one. So it may have been the case that they led a lot of the initiative, a lot that happened over there, and maybe you're not a technical founder. Maybe you are, but you just let your developers run as they thought fit. You just trusted them, they're great developers, but now they want to quit, and you kind of start to freak out. I mean, they're gonna quit, and it's your responsibility to make sure that nothing is gonna really impact significantly in a negative way your product. So what can you do at that point? So these are three things that I want us to talk about in this video. Let me take you to this whiteboard here. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is about what has been developed and what is currently being developed. You need to make sure that these 3 points that I'm going to talk about right now, you have to make sure that they are being documented before they leave. Not only that, even if it's the case that you're not in the situation that a developer is quitting right now, but you have to do these documentation. You have to cover these 3 things in order to accommodate and have a contingency plan and mitigating away the risks if one of your main developers is going to quit at any point. So this is what's going to happen. First thing, you need to cover what is being built. What has the developer been doing for last while? The second one, I'll put this in red here. So what is being built, the scope of work. The second one is how has the development actually happened? How did he used to work? What was the process of developing? And the third one is about when is a new developer going to be ramped up, and what is the process of ramping up a new developer on any of these 2 items from here. You have to document all 3 of them. Again, the first one, what has been done, what is being built in our product. The second one, how is it being built in our product? How is our development going? And the third one is, how are we ramping up new people that join our team? So the first one, what is being built? In a nutshell, we need to make sure that it's being documented, all the functional requirements. That means, how is a user that is using our product, what is he able to do inside of our product? So those are the functional requirements. You need to have whatever, Google Documents or in Jira or in Aha or in any other tool, doesn't matter where it is, just have a link towards it, have a document accessible via a link, and make sure that you have somewhere a list with all these requirements and the description about them, anything that is relevant to it. Now, ideally, you create this when the product is being developed, right? The second one, non-functional requirements. What does that mean? Anything else that is being built in the product to accommodate and to support the functional requirements, but it's not a functionality in itself. For example, right there is anything about, about how many people is your product supposed to support to use the product at the same time? How fast the response time is it supposed to have, and things of that sort. So those are non-functional requirements, things that your product is supposed to be doing, but it's not for the user in itself. Now, mind you, in the functional requirements is included also what an admin is doing, not just the user that is using the product, but an internal admin or an internal admin that is using it from their side as well. The third one is about technical documentation. What technical documentation is how were certain things built. It includes architecture in here. It includes APIs. It might include certain tools like Swagger, where you have your API described over there. Anything that is technical details, functional functions used by the developers, database, structures, data sources, data structures, all kinds of things like that. Now, this is what needs to be built. You always need to know, and you have to have it documented somewhere. The second one, how are things being built? What that means is, how is your engineering team developing, basically? And here you have to know, how's your engineering team, how's your developer working on the outside of his team with other people, with a product manager, with a subject matter expert, with clients. How is he working with all these people? What are the responsibilities of him working with those people? And then there's within the team, inside the team, how is he working with the other developers? How do they do agile? How do they do daily stand-ups, demos, retrospectives? How do they work? What is the process of working within the team with the other developers? So that has to be documented as well. The next one is coding. Are there any specific best practices that your developer needs to use when doing the coding? Are there any specific rules that they have to follow? The next one is tools. Some of these things you may put maybe in the code section, but it's basically about tools. What kind of repositories, what kind of tools for development, what kind of libraries are they using? Anything that basically they have to use in order to code and to build this product. So we've talked about what needs to be built, requirements around there, how are they actually building it, how are they working with the other teams. And then the last thing that you got to make sure is, how are you going to ramp up anybody new? How are you going to ramp up a new developer to use and to understand all of these things that have been documented? You may say, yeah, but so basically it's nothing additional. Well, it is additional, because you have to know in the day one, when a new developer is coming, what are you going to teach him? What is he going to do in day number one? Developers are expensive nowadays. You have to make sure that you have a really, really tight ship over there, that you know exactly how people are going to ramp up. So in the first week or something like that, you have to have a way to know what are the things that you're going to ramp them up. And there are three main things that during the ramp up has to happen. During the ramp up, a new developer, a new team member, even if it's not in the development team, all these applies to any other team, they have to do. The first thing, what is he gonna ramp up in that day? Choose one of these, right? He's gonna read the functional requirements, or he's gonna understand about how to work with the how to work with the outside teams. You have to tell him exactly what he needs to focus to ramp up on. The second one, you have to have someone that is helping him. Who is the person that he needs to go to in order for him to have guidance on, you know, certain questions, or how do you actually do this, or things of that. So you need to have somebody specifically assigned that this new person can shadow or can receive guidance from. And the third thing, which we already mentioned here about the questions, but you have to ask him specifically to raise any questions. Give people autonomy, respect them. They don't come into your company for you to just, you know what, we've been doing great until now, you're not going to tell us what to do. Okay, appreciate when somebody comes with new ideas. Okay, so this is it. It's very important for you not to freak out, not to panic. And I'm telling you, when that happens, you're going to freeze, and that causes a lot of money to be wasted. So go ahead, ask your current team right now, even if they're not quitting. Even more, if someone is about to quit, make sure that they have documented these things. And even if nobody's about to quit, even better, start doing these. Take one day at a time to put one little thing, and in a week or whatever, you're going to be documenting all of these. Okay, thank you very much for watching. It's Aristotel Dascal here from GoStartup.io. If you have any questions about any of these documentation points, or about how to do ramp up with people, or about the processes in itself of how to do proper development so that you save a ton of money, feel free book a call with me. You're going to see a link under this video. Book a call with me. We're going to hop on a call. We're going to look at your business. And if there's anything that we can help you with, we're going to tell you how that looks like, and we can take it from there.